So I'm looking at the CNN here. It seems like a periscope of what's live or whatnot. But what are they talking about? Okay, CNN here sends back some from the biblical lecture or something. So here, no plans to withdraw troops there even after he plans pullouts from Syria and Afghanistan. So I'm just trying to understand, like, you don't have to, like, look at the whole context of what he's talking about, but it's countdown to the government shutdown, and that is, like, 4 some odd months or something like that. I think that's what it says there, days, or something like that. And here's the Sacramento, California, that's what time it is. I'm still trying to understand what it is that they're talking about.
Secretary,
and so,
in that role for who knows how long.
You know, so you sit over here, you look at Windex in the background and say, yeah, that's great. And you say other things like, hey, so, you know, you say, hey, well,
differently now that he's visited.
let's interface with what the TV is saying. And it's like it's saying confronting the entire world. Let's just take that for example, right? How like the entire world, when you go out to wherever it is within your city, and you confront everybody at the same time, all times, all angles at the same time, and then the isotope of it to do the exact reverse opposite with, let's say, something with like a condition that's so polarized, such as something like Lyme or something like that. In other words, so you figure, right? As easy as it is to say, that's very funny, or as it is to say, that's so easy to do. It would be I guess you put a scorecard together. I don't know, monitor old money's old money and new money's new money. But if you put a scorecard together, you say, well, let's add up the chips then. And so sometimes there's a figure right there. That's $5 billion. I don't know what that means, right? But you interface with the TV or whatnot, right? And say he's live right now. This is breaking news, right? And so he has camouflage in the back. The other half is the red and white stripes of the United States, colonial states and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? First colonial states and whatnot. Whatever. Okay, right? He's saying that, right? But listen what he's saying. Look at the backdrop, right? Okay, so he's in Iraq now, right? Look at this, the backdrop. Okay, first it's camouflage, right? And look at that. That looks like wrapped from like cardboard and stuff. You can cut your like finger on some of that, on some of the paper cuts. Like if you mail an envelope if you file for Chapter 7 or something, and you do the wrong angle on your finger, you can actually on that manila, or you know, if that's not a stigmatized word, if you can actually cut yourself on the tip of that what do you call it, that letterhead, that letter envelope, because some of them are so sharp. So if you get them from like the office Staples or something like that, right? So you go out to your car, you have to go get your flash drive, right? Because you're about to file for maybe a court order or something, right? And so you sometimes, and what he said earlier about all angles, all angle attack, such and such, mentally, physical, whatever it is, such may be, an ongoing thing, most days of the day and most days of the year, where someone from say the opposite, sitting at the same table, if you will ask you, well, I can probably walk in those shoes. I think it's easy to walk in those shoes. Well, you know what? That is what you call the dilemma of what is arguable, of what you can say and present to a court. Well, wait a minute. Let's see. We can take case by case, for example, and stack up these suits and say, well, let's take them one at a time. Let's put this in a methodical order, shall we not? You know what I'm saying? And then that's just an excess of chips there. I mean, you understand where the chips may fall, because let's face it, whoever's in D.C., you have to know some of these things. Okay, so that's just how that goes. Okay.
Good to see you. Thank you, sir.
Hey guys.